Good morning, students. In this video, let us find the Fourier transform of Signum function. So before this video, I am suggesting you to watch once the Dirichlet conditions video. Fine. Let us find the Fourier transform of Signum function. Signum function is represented with the symbol Sgn of t, and it is defined as it is plus 1 right hand side, minus 1 left hand side. Graphically, this is the plot. Right hand side plus 1, left hand side minus 1. This is the signum function plot. Fine. Let us find the Fourier transform of this one. So here x of t is signum function Sgn of t. I am writing this signum function like this. Limit a tending to 0 e power minus a mod t signum function of t. So what I am doing means I am multiplying this signum function with two-sided exponential because already two-sided exponential Fourier transform I know we have derived already. So here to remain the same expression we are taking a value 0 means e power 0 value 1 so that the total expression is equivalent to again signum function only. Fine. And why we are multiplying like this for this function only? That is one common question for us. Why I am multiplying with the signum function? While I am solving the Fourier transform for two-sided exponential, one-sided exponential, delta function, I have not done like this. We have taken directly the Fourier transform formula. We have substituted this x of t and we have simplified. But for this signum function only, I have done like this. General common question. So in Dirichlet conditions video, we have discussed the first condition, any signal should be absolutely integrable. That is the first condition. But that condition is sufficient but not necessary. So if you observe, this signal is not absolutely integrable. So this fails the Dirichlet first condition. But it is sufficient but not necessary we are saying. So even though this is Fourier transformable. So this is not satisfying the Dirichlet first condition. That's why we have to do some modification so that it is Fourier transformable. For that purpose only we are just multiplying like this. Fine, let us solve the Fourier transform of this expression. Any signal Fourier transform formula I am giving here, x of omega is equal to minus infinity to plus infinity x of t multiplied by e power minus j omega t dt. Let us take that x of omega is equal to here limit a tending to 0 integral minus infinity to plus infinity x of t here replacing with this expression. So that e to the power of minus a mod t signum function of t and e power minus j omega t. So this is equal to first mod t is here. We know that mod t, I am writing the mod t expansion here. Mod t is equal to plus t for t greater than or equal to 0 and minus t for t less than 0. This is the mod t expansion. Simply right hand side we have to take plus t, left hand side we have to take minus t. That is mod t nature. So that limit a tending to 0, I am dividing this integral into two terms. One is right hand side, other is left hand side. So that mod t I can take into two terms like this. So minus infinity to 0. This mod t value is t less than 0 minus t. So e power minus of minus t plus t. So e to the power of plus at. And what about the signum function? When t less than 0 we have to see. Signum function for t less than 0 it is minus 1. So let us take value minus 1 here. And e to the power of minus j omega t is here. This is the first term of dividing this integral. And second term 0 to infinity. So that right hand side. So right hand side mod t value plus t. So e to the power of minus a plus t. So e power minus a t. And signum function value right hand side it is plus 1. So that here plus 1 and e to the power of minus j omega t dt. So simply what we are getting in this step means only two exponentials. So as usual, let us combine these two exponentials and then integrate this and then substitute the limits and then simplify for the final expression. So let us combine. In the next step, just let us combine both exponentials. I am writing this limit a tends to 0 only once. For the two terms it is applicable. So after simplifying all the expressions, I will take the limit a value 0. Fine. Just I am combining these two exponentials. E to the power of minus sign is there. So let us take minus here. A minus j omega t. This is the common exponential. Here e to the power of minus t common. So minus of a plus j omega t. After combining the exponentials, we are getting these two terms. Next step, we have to integrate these exponentials. Let us integrate this exponential. This will be e to the power of this one. So a minus j omega in the denominator with t limits minus infinity to 0. Fine. In the next term, plus sign, this integration, this is minus of a plus j omega in the denominator and t limit is here 0 to infinity. So in the next step, let us substitute the limits. Limit a tending to 0, here minus 1 by a minus j omega and e power 0. This is minus of e to the power of minus infinity. We know that this is a positive quantity. Next term minus 1 by a plus j omega and e to the power of here t value infinity. This is positive quantity. So e to the power of minus infinity first upper limit and next lower limit e power 0. We know e power 0 1. E to the power of minus infinity 0. E to the power of minus infinity 0. E power 0 1. So finally what we are getting means here minus sign. Here minus into minus plus sign. For further simplification, I am taking the space here. Just I am erasing these two steps. Fine. Let us simplify this step. X of omega is limit a tending to 0. Minus 1 by a minus j omega is here. This is 1. And minus 1 by a plus j omega. This minus means minus plus. So plus 1 by a plus j omega. Right. This is equal to further simplification. Let us cross multiply and simplify this one. Limit a tending to 0. This is minus a minus j omega. This is a minus j omega divided by this multiplication we know a minus j omega into a plus j omega. Here cancellations a cancels and minus 2j omega in the numerator. Here a minus b, a plus b, a square minus b square form. Let us take that step. Limit a tending to 0 minus 2j omega divided by a square minus b square form. So that a square minus j omega whole square. We know that j square is equal to minus 1. So that a square plus omega square in the denominator. So limit a tending to 0 minus 2j omega divided by a square plus omega square. Further what we can do means we got single term a value is 0. Finally the limit value a value 0 we have to take because in the beginning step we have done that. So a value when if you take 0, this is 0. We are getting minus 2j omega divided by omega square. So x of omega what we are getting means this one. Omega also cancels. So minus 2j by omega. We can also write this one by multiplying and dividing with j. Here j square minus 1 minus minus plus 2 by j omega. Finally what we are getting the Fourier transform of Signum function means simply a single term 2 by j omega. So a little bit important, this Fourier transform pair signum function. Here what we should remember means, first of all, this is not satisfying the Dirichlet first condition, so that we are doing some modification for its Fourier transform. After taking this extra term, we are simplifying, and finally in the last term, limit a value we are taking 0 as per the beginning assumption. And after taking a tending to 0, we are getting final Fourier transform, this one. And this Fourier transform is helpful in finding the Fourier transform of unit step function, and it is also important in the Hilbert transform transfer function determination. Very important pair, remember it. Thank you.